We are now joined by Dan Skillings, former Cincinnati Bearcat, remains in the Big 12. He committed yesterday to Scott Drew and Baylor. And Dan, thank you very much for your time. What's it been like the last 18 or 12, 14, 20 hours or so since you committed?
It's been amazing, man. I got a lot of love from all the Baylor fans and a lot of love from the coaches, a lot of love from family and just fans of mine in general. And I'm really excited to get down in Waco and get started so we can win a national championship.
Have you ever been on a team that the entire team from the year before was gone and you're replacing everybody? Because you know Scott had to do some work along with his staff to get this thing put together.
No, I never have been a part of a team like that, but Scott knows what he's doing, and Coach Drew's going to get it done. He's going to get it done.
What is that part of the, like, it's a challenge and it's part of today's college basketball for sure, but is that part of the excitement about coming here, of starting something that's, I mean, there are a couple of guys that were here a year ago that will be back, but like really basically starting all from scratch?
Yeah, man, I'm excited because I feel like we could do something very, very special. I think everyone that's involved on this process, I think all of us are all excited because we know we want to do it for Coach Drew. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And because he's such a great coach, he's such a great guy, and he has such a great with his career. You know what I mean? And we want to do it for him, you know, and we want to keep going far in the conference, and we want to play in March Madness, and we want to go far in that. So we're all looking forward to getting to Waco, putting the work in, and proving what we can be.
I'm sure the answer is no, but I spoke with you earlier today to set this up, and I told you that a couple of years ago when Baylor opened up their new arena, the Foster Pavilion, Cincinnati may have been their first conference game inside that arena. Hell of a game, close game, and then Baylor eventually won it, and I'm not so sure it didn't go overtime. But I remember watching you. I liked your style, and I'm not like some sort of draft scout, whatever, but I always thought that you were very explosive and maybe should have gotten the ball a little bit more when they needed you. What do you remember about that visit, and could you have ever imagined that eventually was going to be your home arena?
Wow, man. I remember that visit, and one thing that stuck out to me about it was we played that game, and I remember having a really good game, but I just remember all the Baylor fans were screaming like positive things at me, you know, like "Come to Baylor," a bunch of cool, funny stuff. "Come to Baylor, we want you. You're a killer," all this stuff, and I thought that was really dope and really funny. And I never thought I would be at Baylor. No, not at all. And now that I'm here, it's just funny. I looked at one of the Baylor student section Instagrams, and they had DM'd me a couple times throughout these years saying, "Come to Baylor, man. We love you. This and that." And now I'm really here, so it's just funny to see it all come to fruition, and I'm here.
You have
those rims. I like those rims.
You have length. I called you kind of a slasher. Is that fair to kind of describe your game that way?
Yeah, a lot of my positives in my game are slashing and rebounding, but I also can be a very great playmaker in a screen and roll and a ball screen, and I can be a very effective shooter when I work on my game.
Protect your online privacy with Nord VPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com.
By the way, he's going to jump in the video.
Okay, good.
So,
good,
yeah, there
good.
he is.
There we go.
There's
There you are.
The man himself.
You already got swag on. You already got the Baylor swag on. Great to have you, Dan. Good to see you. What is the main thing? You knew what Baylor represented. You knew, like we said that. You know Scott Drew. But when you arrived and you had a trip that was pretty quick, you made a decision pretty quick. When did you know, once you arrived in Waco or on the campus, that it was going to be Baylor?
You know, they at the end of the visit, they had a presentation for me, and the whole coaching staff was in there, and they're all supporting me, and they just Coach Scott, man, he just showed all the player development they have at Baylor, all the guys he player development made pros, and that was one big thing I wanted for my last year because it's always my dream, and I want to go to the NBA. And I think with Coach Drew is the best opportunity for me to go to the NBA, and he just showed all the pros he made. He showed all the transfers that he got that didn't have like their best years, and he turned their year completely around. And then they had a pro type year and made it to the NBA. So, and he wants to do that with me. He preaches that to me, and I believe in him. I believe in him a lot. And after that presentation, he had me, my agent, and my uncle make our decision. I mean, he just said like, "We'll leave the room and let you guys talk," and then we talked about it, and I was speechless, and I was just like, "I'm in, I'm with the BU, man. I'm with the Bears."
Um, you have you talked to any of the other guys for like, because a lot of times when you went on a visit to Cincinnati a few years ago, they were like, oh, here these guys are going to be here, they're going to be playing for you next year. Here it's Cameron Carr is the only guy I think for sure that's left from last year, and then the other one is an incoming freshman that was promised. So have you talked to any of the other guys that have committed?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Yes, I talked to Obi. I was talking to Obi a little bit, and then I was talking to Dundee.
Mhm.
I was talking to Dundee for a little bit, and we chopped it up. You know what I mean? And we were just talking about what we're gonna do this year, how we're locked in, and we're gonna be grinding this summer, and we're gonna come out guns a blazing when the season starts, and we're ready to attack this. So yeah, I talked to a couple of them so thus far.
All right. Now, I mentioned what I saw you do, and you mentioned what you also can do as a playmaker and all the other things. Did they give you like? Are you a 5, a 3, a 2, a slash, a forward? What? Because it changes now. I mean, these things change all the time.
Yeah, he talked to me. He said I could play 1 through 4. You know what I mean? I can get a defensive rebound and bring the ball up, play some point, play the combo guard. I can play shooting guard. I can play small forward. I can play power forward. Meaning like our power forwards can be 6'7" and can bring up the ball like 1 through 5 can bring up the ball. So I'll be playing 1 through 4 on the court, and we'll have 4 big guards out there.
Do you how much is an advantage of playing in the Big 12 the last couple of years that a lot of that so you can kind of hit the ground running, especially for the guys who are coming in who High Point, Omaha that haven't played against this league?
Yeah, definitely can fill them in and let them know how teams are and what their strategies are and how they play offense, how they play defense, zones, and everything like that. So being my my third year in the Big 12 and playing against these guys and these teams and these coaching staffs and their strategies, it will definitely be a help for me, and I can be a leader on the team within that fourth year, and I'll be able to help my teammates out that are not familiar with it. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to attack the Big 12.
How would you describe playing in the Big 12 with so many teams, of course, and a great run by a handful of teams this year, and Tech just on the edge of being a part of the Final Four, Houston playing for the national title, and the other programs that are good too? How do you describe the day in or game in and game out play?
Man, the Big 12 is very, very, very physical, and that's one thing I like. I feel like with physicality around, I'm more aggressive and I'm more of the player I am. And man, every night in the Big 12 is a big game. You know, every night in the Big 12 is a chance to get better as a team, win or loss. And looking forward to every game is a magical thing, man. We're all blessed, you know, blessed by the Lord that we get to play this game basketball and in the Big 12, one of the best conferences in the country. So it's very welcoming and it's very fun to attack, and we appreciate it.
Was there ever any contact? And I'm not talking about like asking you to come to Baylor or anyone. When you were at Cincinnati or even before that, did you ever have conversations with Scott Drew? And did you ever believe he could be actually who you now know he is as a personality?
No, we were never in contact. He was over there at Baylor handling his business. I was at Cincinnati handling my business. So we never had any contact. But I shook his hand a couple times when we were coming down the aisle after the game. But no, I never knew his personality is the way it is, and it's super cool to see that type of personality he has. You know, I'm big on having players to coach relationship off the court, and on the court, obviously. And me and him already have a great relationship thus far in this recruitment process when he was recruiting me, and so do I have with all the assistants, the GAs, the video guys, the managers, the GMs, the strength coach. It's super dope, and yeah, Coach Drew is a super cool dude. He's super positive, always smiling, always happy, always energetic, and I'm the same way. I'm always smiling, always energetic, always excited for what's next and my next step forward. So yeah, it's super dope seeing what type of guy he is.
Now you're a Philly guy, right?
Jersey guy.
Jersey guy.
Paul, you're going to start a fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jersey. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. So, is there culture shock at all coming down to Texas? It's a different world than New Jersey for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's a lot more open. It's a lot more chill. It's a lot more laid back. And I like that, man. It keeps me locked in too. You know what I mean? Just the gym. I'm gonna get a place right around the corner from the gym, and I'll be excited to go to the gym every day. And the stuff I like to do outside of basketball, I like to relax and watch movies and watch TV shows and play some board games with friends or my girlfriend, and then I like to go out to eat, and there's a lot of nice places to eat out in Waco. So everything I can do here in Cincinnati or Jersey, I can do down in Waco. So very excited.
We need to ask him about the chili, Paul.
No.
I'm
We're
not.
But I'm curious, like, what's your, like, when you go, like, when you and your girlfriend are binging a TV show, like, what are you watching lately?
One of my favorite movies. My favorite movies are it's called Nikita, and then no, Nikita's a TV show, but
Yeah.
it's a TV show. Favorite movies are like Bad Boys, all the Bad Boys, and then like I like Coming to America. I like Rush Hour 2. Right now we're watching other TV shows. We're watching Pretty Little Liars. It's something she got me on. So.
Yeah.
It's something she got me on, and I'm a little hooked watching it with her. So yeah, we're enjoying that.
Coming to America is the funniest movie that's ever been made or ever will be made. So you look, like you're bona fide. Like, that's it. That's all I need to know about you, Dan. Right there. Coming to America is in my opinion, the funniest movie ever made. Will never be topped. It was so good. If you've not seen Trading Places, which is also the movie he did right before Coming to America, you need to watch that one too.
All right. Hey, man, good smile. Are you relieved? It wasn't going to take long. There's going to be a lot of people that wanted to talk to you, but are you relieved that this is done, set? Now you make plans to get here, I guess, early in the summer?
Yeah, man, I'm definitely like relieved, and it takes a lot of weight off my shoulders, in this process. It was very, very difficult in this process, talking to some schools and stuff like that. And now that it's done, and I'm super happy with Baylor. Baylor's my number one, and I'm excited now. I'm just very excited to get out there. The moving process is going to be a little stressful, but shipping everything. But other than that, I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, man. Good luck. Thank you very much. Enjoy. Get a little break. I'm sure you'll sleep well after trying to figure out where you're going to end up. That's Dan Skilling from Cincinnati. He's committed and signed with Baylor.